It's Tuesday, and we are continuing with our series of the Shadows of Christ. And today I'm going to talk about Abel. Um, let's see. We are taking this, first of all, from Hebrews chapter 11, and today we're going to have to actually spill over a little bit into chapter 12 because there's more that's said about Abel in there. But let me just read to you so far what's in chapter 11. It says, "By faith Abel offered unto God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, God testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh." So, first of all, let's remind everybody why Abel was dead. It says his sacrifice was better than Cain's. Cain was his brother. Both of them were children of Adam and Eve. And Cain, he turned into a tiller of the ground. He became a tiller of the ground, which means he was a farmer, raised crops. And Abel became a keeper of sheep, so he was a shepherd. And so when it came time for the two of them to give sacrifices or offer sacrifices to God, Cain chose to offer crops from his field. And God did not respect his sacrifice, and but he did respect Abel's sacrifice. Abel chose rather to take of his firstborns of his flock and offer also a fat offering, which God did respect and attributed him by the giving of that sacrifice, by his faith, because of his faith in giving of that sacrifice, that he was righteous. So Cain became very angry about that. It says countenance fell. And Cain later spoke to Abel, and then in his anger killed him. So Abel was dead because of Cain. And then in Hebrews chapter 11 it says, by Abel's faith in his sacrifice, his blood, because of his righteousness, speaks. Well, Abel's blood cried out to God for vengeance. Now Abel here is being used as a shadow of Christ, mainly for one main reason. I mean, there's similarities. There are other similarities I could get into, but they are minutiae compared to this very one issue that the author of Hebrews is talking about, and it's that his blood spoke. So now we have to go back to what the author was saying about him in chapter 12, and it says that Jesus was is the mediator of a new covenant, and by the sprinkling of his blood speaks better than the blood of Abel. This is what he's talking about, because Jesus' blood spoke of mercy. It cried out for mercy, whereas Abel's blood cried out for vengeance. The point here that we want to get back to is what Abel's faith couldn't, Christ's faith did. What Abel's faith, it got him a good report for the event of his sacrifice. It didn't make him perfect, as the author of Hebrews talks about at the end of chapter 11. He says all of these people, whether it's Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, Noah, Joseph, Rahab, Sarah, Abel, none of them were made perfect in what their faith did. And they would not be made perfect until all were made perfect. And that was only accomplished through the faith of Christ and what he did. So this is your type and shadow here. What Abel's faith could not do, what their faith could not do, Christ's faith did. And in this case, because of his faith, Jesus' blood cries out a much better thing, a greater thing, according to the words of Hebrews. Much greater things. Cries out the righteousness of all. It's for all. The mercy was declared for all, according to Romans. It says all were concluded in unbelief, so that God could have mercy upon all. This is the greater message of Jesus Christ, that what nobody else's faith could do, Christ's faith did. All right, everybody. I hope you have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.